I am warhead. I am God. This is my head. There is a war happening because people think they are me. I'm God. People wish that they were me. They like to think they are me. So that makes me warhead. So you know, in the body, in the cells, there's something called a nucleus. Nucleus. Well, that's the thing. What is it? You know, people make nuclear warheads. You know, someone makes a nuclear warhead. Well, nuclear or nucleus. Well, I'm nucleus. You know, that's in my body cells. See, the world wants to try to drain my power from me using witchcraft. I'm good. Remember that show, InfoWars? What was the slogan they had? It's a battle for your mind. I'm the mind. I'm God. See, there are billions of people on this planet. Almost everybody. You know, people were given the option to either be of my spirit. You know, I was Jesus Christ. I told people to be of my spirit. If people aren't doing that, then they are opposed to me and they use physical matter magic. Because see, we all have bodies that are composed of carbon and, you know, carbon, water, dust, whatever you want to call it, right? Dust to dust, ashes to ashes, all that stuff, yeah? But that's what the world does. The world is matter-based. So it uses magic to pretend it's me, when it's not me. Believers of lies is what they are. So, I am warhead. I've explained the situation before, but let me say it once again. I'm God. I want my justice, right? I want my justice. The world doesn't want to give it to me, so war. You know, war, famine, poverty, misery, suffering, disease, all that stuff. Yeah, that's what's happening. I've been trying to prove my point to people, but the world doesn't care. So that's how it is, isn't it? That's how it is. Yeah. I've given so many examples. Sometimes it doesn't matter, you know, I can show, you know, I can show so much evidence. But if people don't want to see it, they won't see it. You would have to have the mind of, you know, you would have to, well, that's the thing. People's thoughts, where do they come from? Where do they come from? You either fall on one side of the fence or the other. There's no in between. You're either in the sheep pen or you're outside of the sheep pen, basically. That's one way of looking at it. Yeah. I remember when I was at school, I'd eat sweets. There were kids who would bring sweets into school that they'd buy on holiday from America or Canada, and they'd bring them to school, and there were these sweets, they were called warheads, and they're really, really sour sweets. You can sometimes find them in shops in the UK, in this country, but it's yeah. I'm warhead. I mean, think about it. Why would the world decide to call a nuclear warhead a warhead? Why would that be, do you think? Doesn't seem particularly logical, does it? It doesn't. I mean, like, why would you choose those specific words to describe something so destructive? In a world where people like to believe that they are God. How is it that my words don't seem to get through to people? It's because, like I said, you're either in the sheep pen or you're outside of it. You either love me or you don't. You're either of the spirit or you're pretending you're me. One or the other. That's why I am warhead. I said to people, you have to deny yourselves. Because it is man's default mode of operating. It's like man's man's standard operating procedure is to think he's God. Okay? That is man. That is what man thinks. Man likes to think he's God. And so I said to people, you have to deny yourself first. So you have to deny yourself. You have to say, no, I'm not God. I'm not God. God is God. I'm not God. I'm not important. God's important. But people don't do that, do they? The vast majority of people, I'm talking like, 7.8 billion people, probably. Yeah, maybe more. That is the vast majority of life on Earth. Okay. Human beings. So, people like to think that they produce their own thoughts and ideas. They don't. They absolutely don't. I am the source of all thought and ideas, and you either using magic. Yeah, it's that is people either reflect me and pretend to be me, or they love me and they're of my spirit. What I talked about when I was Jesus, right? 2,000 years ago. I told people to be of that. I told people to to love one another, to be forgiving. Don't judge. Yeah. Deny yourself. Love. And those who don't do that, they like to think they are God. They like to think they're better than me. I mean, they may not say it openly. They may not say, I'm God. But they behave like they're God. That's what they've done. They want the authority. They want to make the decisions. All they've done is turn against me. All they've done is said, no, God, we don't want you. And so their thoughts, their actions show who they are. Like robots, evil robots. Waiting to be destroyed. So think about it, there was that film that came out recently, it was called Oppenheimer. He created the atom bomb. Is that a warhead? I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? I'm not sure, I'm not totally sure. But someone invented the warhead, didn't they? They did, didn't they? But I'm the warhead. No one made me, I'm God. So what the fuck are we talking about? What is it we're talking about? I mean, if I grabbed a stick of butter and I threw it through the air and I say, hey look, a butterfly. What the fuck does that mean? Liars choose to believe what they want to believe. That's all it is. You're either of my spirit or you're a believer of lies. Isn't it interesting? So the believer of lies, they worship themselves and they're, like look at men, for instance, for an example, what's that guy's name? Dan Bilzerian. Yeah, the guy who has lots of parties and has sex with loads of women, or what was that guy's name? Hugh Hefner, right? He used to have the Playboy Mansion, right? Believer of lies. Well, that's the thing, guys, they want to have sex, they want to lie down with women, or men, or whatever, right? Believer of lies, yeah? So who do you believe? Do you believe, that's the thing, The world worships what it worships. Liars. They think liars are the greatest. They think the liars are the best. Yeah? Always got to twist it, it's all about twisting it, isn't it? So we always got to twist it. Anyways, war. W-R. W-R. I mean, a W, in magic, a W represents the buttocks, the bum. Because it looks like a bum. You can draw a bum, it looks like a W. Yeah? I mean, a butt looks like a W, you know? The curve, and the crack, and the curve. Yeah, you know? Like that. Yeah? W. W-R. They are. W they are. Yeah, yeah. It's all to do with magic. That's what it is. You know, when Moses saw me, he saw my back. And remember, you know what happened? You know, he came down from Mount Sinai, and his face was glowing. Yeah. Illuminated. From seeing the back of God. Me. Yeah. I mean, think about it. You know, what's history? What's history? You know, if I said to you, your history, you know, you would think that, well, a lot of people would say that, you know, if someone's going to get killed, you know, or, you know, let's say, you know, you're going to leave someone in the past, you say, your history, yeah. But, you know, the word high and story, there's two words there, high and story. So high story. Well, that's the thing. I'm God. And people want to say I'm history. I'm in the past. Long forgotten. Is that what people are trying to say? You know, people say those who control the past control the future. Back to the future. Shit all the future. Oh, isn't it interesting how all these, you know, first world countries are now turning into third world? Well, that's what everyone keeps complaining about, isn't it? People are afraid. They're like, oh, this country's turning into a third world shithole. Well then. Back to the future? Well, what's that? You know, back. Yeah, you know where your back is. You know what number 2 is? Yeah, a piece of shit. The future. You know, people worship that. They're like, yeah, it's great. So people want to buy it on DVD or Blu-ray or VHS or whatever, or on YouTube or wherever, right? Google Movies. Back to the future. Worship, worship. You know, put on your bookshelf, and then complain when your world turns to a pile of shit, which it is, basically. Yeah. Yeah. You know, people make bad decisions. You see, people, I mean, you know, if you gave a loaded gun to a toddler without telling that toddler what the gun does, but, you know, you said to the toddler, look, I'm your father, love me, listen to what I have to say before you go do anything dumb. And you just left it at that. And then The toddler just thinks, yeah, whatever, father, I'll go do whatever I want to do. Bang! Oh, look, he's dead. Yeah, I mean, it's an analogy, right? It's an analogy. I mean, it sounds a bit cruel, but, you know, obviously human beings, you know, get decades, hundreds, you know, decades and decades and decades of time to get right with me, but they don't. They don't care. They don't want to know. They want to think they're God. They want the authority. They want the power. They want to decide how things are. Well, there you go. Bang, dead, bye. Fuck off. I don't need you. And I don't want you. So, is that enough for this video, do you think? Well, I've got a deck of cards here. Okay, it's called Haters Exposed. Let's get a few cards before I finish this video, okay? Okay. An X is the one sending negative energy towards you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. An X is the one sending negative energy towards you. Must have been someone I hung out with, huh? Do you get it? No? Hang out with? No? Let's go. You are talented and they ain't. They mock you when they feel jealousy toward you. Yeah. Yep. That's how it is, isn't it? You know, I make hundreds of hours of videos. And this is what I get. Ooh. So that saying, excommunicated from the church. So does that mean if you're excommunicated, does that mean that you are from the church? You know? So if you excommunicated, who's X? Oh, that's right. Well, there's a social media platform called X that people communicate from, right? Excommunicated from the church. Magic words. Yeah, magic words. See, the world is constantly trying to be me. You know, it wants to climb its way into heaven. That's what the world does. The world is constantly trying to climb its way into heaven to be God. So it uses language and magic and rituals and all that shit to try and be me. Excommunicated. Yeah? That was the world speaking. I had something to say there. Toxic mentality. They manifest dark and negative shit. Yeah. They want you to mention them to gain clout. Well, this is the thing, right? You know, I'm God, so if I mention certain people, you know, it's all about power. You know, people want power, and I am the source of all power. I've explained this before, but you know, manifestation. You know, people talk about the law of attraction, manifestation, all that stuff, right? What is that? It's people trying to steal my power. That's all it is. You know, why the fuck do you think they call it the law of attraction? For instance, you know, that's the thing. The world wants to sabotage my life. You know, it wants me to be depressed, lonely, silenced, abused, mocked, tortured, murdered. Wants to be dependent on drugs and alcohol to try to destroy me. While they sing and dance and fuck at my expense. You know, that, I mean, look at this, right? It's a representation. Yeah, this is a representation, you know, of an idea. Well, you know, think. You know, people who want to sing and dance and fuck at my expense, well, what do you think's going to happen to them? What do you think's going to happen to them? I mean, think about the word, right? So, I'm a man. Someone may refer to me as he. You know, he is a pronoun. Yeah? He. T. What does that look like? It looks like a letter T, doesn't it? T. T. He. T. He. The. The word. Yeah? Now, why would the word the be spelt that way, do you think? Why would that be? Why would that be? Why I bother explaining this, I don't know, but I give so many examples that people should be asking questions. They should be like, I would have hoped, but the fact is, it really is. It's a you either love me or you don't. I don't know if perhaps there's a certain combination of words that manage to open someone's eyes, and they're like, oh, hang on, maybe, yeah, but. Yeah, I don't ever seem to get through to anybody with, it doesn't feel like it anyway. So, why bother explaining? Why bother? Things that have already been explained. Anyways, another card. Hang on. So, whoa. Hang on. Give this a proper shuffle. We go there. Their finances will perish. They'll try and boss you around to make themselves feel superior. Yeah. Well, it's been, my life. For 37 years, people have been trying to boss me around. I'm God. So people get around me, they get close to me, and then they want to boss me around. Well, that's the thing, I am the boss. I'm God. There's no boss higher than me. Is there? I'm God. I'm in charge. There's no one more powerful. There's nobody with more authority than me. I am nobody. I am the one who knows. Yeah? But this is the thing, right? The world spies on me through physical matter magic. Okay? My body is physical matter. This is the thing. People need to know my spirit. No spirit. No, that's what's the name? No. Kano? Well. Babble. Yeah. A maze built with babble. Witchcraft. Their spell work is affecting them. Well, take a good look at the world. Yeah. You will witness their karma. Well, not a massive fan of that word karma, really, but I get the point. I mean, I like my car, but yeah, I was driving my car the other day, and I've been driving my car in comfort mode for for most of the time that I've owned it. I've owned it for almost 3 years, and you know, I just felt like, you know what, I'm gonna try it in S mode, sport mode, and race mode. Right? I just thought, you know what, give it a little try. So fuck this thing. It's so fast. Fucking hell. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Ooh. Spiritually trying to attack you. Is it spiritually or is it spiritual lie? Spiritual lie trying to attack you. Which one is it? The energy work you did on yourself is working. On the bottom of the deck, trying hard to lower your self-esteem. So, that's enough. So, I am Warhead. The situation is that people like to believe they are me. And so, my body, my mind, people are fighting to pretend that they're me. They all want to climb, they all want to stand at the top. I'm the top. I'm God. I'm above everybody. Even when I'm not above everybody, I'm still above everybody. I'm God. How does that make sense? Well, that's the thing, you want to have multiple meanings for the same word, don't you? Lots of different meanings for the same word. So, it's like a tarot card, right? So if I pick a tarot card, people say a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Well, think about a word. What does a word mean? How many meanings does a word have? How many meanings does a number have? Or a letter? It's all magic. People will attribute all kinds of ideas and meanings to anything, and then they'll try and twist it and say it's something else. I mean, think about it. The number 1. 1. Well, there's a word called win. There's a word, it's win. But won, if you're number one, well, you won, but that's in the past. So if you won, then that was in the past. That's not win. Yeah, weird that. Yeah, I was thinking about the. Yeah, maybe my next video. Yeah. Okay.